Hello, in this video we will see conditional statements. Now, conditional statements enable us to select at runtime which block of code to execute, and the types of conditional statements used in Octave are if else and switch. Now, the simplest conditional statement is if statement. Okay, how they work? They work on if some condition is true, then execute a particular part of code, otherwise go for alternate statements. So for example, we will see a few examples here. Now if statements can include alternate choices using optional keyword else if. So if you have more than two choices, you can use else if between the if and else. And the second switch statement, so when you have many possible non-values, means you have many choices, then going for switch statement is better than if else, as we will see in the example. So let us see some examples. So in this statement we will see if else. So the syntax of this is very simple: if, and then we will give some expression. Now depending on this expression, this code will be executed or this else code will be executed. Means if it is true, means if the output of this expression is 1, then this part will be executed. If this is 0, then this part will be executed. Okay, so here is an example. Say uh, n equal to input, so we are entering a number from user at runtime, and we will check if that number is even or odd. Okay, so how we will check? We will find the remainder of n dividing by 2. So this function rem calculates the remainder. Okay, this will divide n by 2 and check the remainder. If the remainder is 0, the program will display that n is even, and else display n is odd. Since there are only two choices, even and odd, so simply if and else will work. Now we have to end this statement, if else. So finally we have to use end here. Okay, now let us run this program. Go to command window. So here it is asking for a number n, so let us enter some random number, say 53, and the program is displaying that n is odd. Let us again run it. Say 98, then n is even. Okay, now let us go to next program. So here if the number of choices are more than 2, you need to use else if in between if and else. So in this case we are entering a number, say from 0 to 100 from user, and we are dividing here in three cases. Means if n is less than 25, will display a message n is lower. Now else if n is greater than equal to 25 and n is less than 80, so here these two conditions must be true, then there will be only output of this will be 1. Okay, because due to this AND operator. So if the output here is 1, then this part will be executed. So, and will display that n is medium, and if both of these are not true, then program will go at else statement and display n is higher. Okay, so let us run this. Go to command window, and here it is asking please enter, sorry there should be R. So please enter a number between 0 and 100. Let us enter any number, say 45, and it is displaying that n is medium. Let us again run it. Say I enter 16. Then the program output is n is lower. Let us again run this. Say 78. Then n is again medium. Let us again run this. Say this time I enter 95 and it is showing n is higher. Okay, so in this way we can use if else statement. Now if the number of choices are more, then it is better to go for switch case. Okay, so how this works? So this is the syntax. You have to use the keyword switch and there will be an expression. Now depending on this value, the program will choose between these cases here. So there can be any number of cases. So it will be clear by an example. So better we go for an example. So here I have taken a variable day and I'm asking the user to enter a weekday number between 1 and 7. Since there are 7 days, so this should be between 1 and 7. And now the switch and day. So depending on the value of day, it will be between 1 and 7. So depending on that value, the program will choose between these possible 7 cases, and if no case is selected, then it will go to otherwise. Say day is equal to 3, then the program will go directly to this case 3, and whatever is written after case 3 will be executed. In this case we are simply displaying this message that 3 is Tuesday. Okay, so let us run this. So enter weekday number. So say I enter 5 and the 5 is Thursday, so this message will be displayed. So you can try some other values, say 2, then 2 is Monday. Let us enter say 7, so 7 is Saturday. Now if I enter number any other than 7, say 15, then invalid the option says this entry should be between 1 and 7 only. Okay, so we have seen in this video that how to use conditional statements in Octave, and the types of conditional statements are if else and switch case. So, and remember that when there are more number of choices, then it is better to go for switch case. Okay, let's stop here.